Earlier in the conversation, we talked about sort of a pinpointing of when we became quite isolated.
Can we guess? Can we guess when that was?
Like I totally agree with you, 100%. I mean, like COVID definitely has shifted the expectations on work. It's shifted expectations in community. It's almost made it okay to do exactly what you did. Which was, when you say the GFC, so that was around sort of 2008,
2008,
yeah. So what you were doing then in terms of people calling you saying, hey, come out for a beer, and you're saying, no, I'm with my mum, and parents calling saying, come out for dinner, no, I'm with my mates. Like that's almost normalized now because of COVID.
Oh, 100%.
For me, I see it as being a bit of a sense that there's a whole bunch of division about like who was right, how we did these things, right? So that's further dividing us. And I'm just constantly, whenever I think of the word divide with a people, I'm always thinking divide and conquer. So I'm going, who's trying to conquer us and who's coming in? And for me, I'm going, we're a small, isolated island in the bottom of the South Pacific. And if we are divided and isolated, and with everything that's going on in the world, and we didn't used to be, right? We used to be very united. I mean, I think back to, what my parents went through, in the 80s in terms of like the Springbok tour, the Rainbow Warrior and all that sort of stuff, where is the 80s and 90s, we were quite a great nation. And then, everybody's there together. We're all supporting all the sports teams and everything, Team New Zealand, all of this stuff. And then now we're split. So how do we start to rebuild connection and trust? Especially if we're now also seeing a generation, the kids that were in COVID and they're in their late teens, the 16, 17-year-olds that went through COVID that didn't get an opportunity to go out, with entering either in university or even on their OE and experiencing the world at that crucial age, that for them it's normal to be at home and not to talk to people.
Jeez. I mean, for me, it also drove a lot of hate and opinions. I mean, it's crazy. Opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one. But it's like, well, people would have an opinion about something and then just get slated. And I'm like, well, actually, let's just have proper, honest conversations about this. But that was lost. And whether we agree with what happened or not, it happened. But I think now it is about that breaking down the isolation. It is about giving people the opportunities to get out and do things and connect and drop those barriers and drop I look at the cricket club, the Movember Cricket Club or football club or anything like that, and we're a bunch of different blokes from completely different backgrounds that have got completely different ideas about completely different things, but we all just come together and play a game of cricket, have a laugh, and then we'll go home at the end of the day. There's so much to be said for these things, and how quickly people can jump on someone else for not doing something. And tall poppy syndrome is alive and well in New Zealand, which sucks. And I'm not answering the question here because I don't actually have the answer, but I just look at someone like Liam Lawson, for example, doing wonderful things for New Zealand in Formula One, doesn't have a good race whenever it is, and people just jump on him, and I just read bloody comments, and it's just like, now, how can someone sit there and write that about somebody else when you don't even know them? And I just
is it even a someone? That's part of the problem.
But this is it. And I'm just like, well, if it is a someone, what happens if your partner or work colleague or child reads what you've written about them? And I'm just like, but it's just, we're really, really quick to jump on people because if we think they've done wrong or without hearing their side of the story or whatever it might be, everything's just so instant. And it is, everything is instant.